Arizona Cardinals. They they were not good last year, but also they were better than expected at times. Like they went 2-15, but were very competitive in their losses. Matt, what are your thoughts on how they look into 2024?
I'm not saying they're the Kansas City Chiefs or anything, but if you look at what they've done, not just this draft and last, but the one before that, they have done great at just building the roster from the ground up. And if they can keep Kyler Murray healthy, I th- I honestly think that this team can start making some noise. Maybe not enough to sniff the playoffs or anything, but the NFC is pretty weak after all. But I do think Trey Benson's huge for them. Marvin Harrison Jr. is even bigger for them. Um, Jonah Williams is going to shore up the line a little bit. Um, and Hollywood Brown and Rondo Moore were not very successful there. So if they can just start progressing some of these players' talents, I think that they can start moving in a direction that puts them in contention for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely like what they did through the draft. I think they added a lot of talent, especially on the defensive end. And obviously we know Steichen's a defensive guy. They were they they were pretty gritty on defense last year, but they weren't very talented. Now they add some talent in there. So I kind of like what they got going on the defensive side. Offensive side is definitely going to be very heavy on Marvin Harrison Jr. because there's not a whole lot of depth at receiver. But yeah, they can keep Kyler Murray healthy. I think he's going to be looking more like he did early in his career, and maybe be able to sustain from the start. This is a sleeper team, I would say.
I would
I'm
say
not
that
gonna.
too. I don't think
I'm
they're going
not
to go
gonna.
2-15 again, but
Yeah.
I do think that they're going to improve to a point where some people's eyebrows are going to start being raised.
Yeah, like I'm not willing to sit here today and say, "Oh, this team is making the playoffs," but I do think there is a possibility if they hit some of the right answers, they could make the playoffs.
Yeah. And
But
maybe have the wind blow the right direction a couple times.
yeah. I mean, it was funny though. What are their weren't there two wins over the Cowboys and Eagles?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
I'm
definitely
feeling
know the
bad.
Cowboys. I can't remember if it was Eagles or not.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely beat the Eagles. I remember that. That was at the end of the year when the Eagles backslid.
So then, yeah, it's the Cowboys and Eagles. So the two of the top teams in the NFC, they beat. So they didn't go winless, but
Right.
that's tough Arizona Cardinals talk because, to be honest, they don't have a whole lot of fans that really care right now.
If you are one, do let us know because we haven't seen many.